Good evening, Twitch. How you doing? It's Sunday night. Tonight is our last night with EDF 4.1, at least for a while. Gonna be actually in tomorrow. We will be starting our next RPG of the month. Yeah, I've been doing all the setup and stuff, so hopefully after the stream, well, after the stream, pretty much you'll find out what it is after a little bit, but it'll take a while for me to actually set up everything, so the events and all that stuff. But hopefully the next RPG will be good. I have it pretty much down to 2 choices now, so literally, it's quite literally a flip of the coin of which one I want to do. And I think I know which order I want to do, because we still have 3 months left, which means we have 3 RPGs. I know the last one I want to do. The last RPG I want to do for the month of December. And I know that's actually going to be the hardest one. I don't know what's actually going to happen in December. But the other 2 are pretty much decided. If I don't do one, I'm going to do the other. And if I don't do the other one, pretty much you can just pretty much reverse them. Because I think I'd like to show at least a little bit of variety here with the RPGs I do have left. But for tonight, though, we're going to play a little bit more EDF. If you have a copy of the game, you can join on in. It's going to be an open lobby, so anyone can join in on the fun. So, enough stalling. Why don't we jump into it, because the first couple missions are going to take a while. I think what I'm going to do, we're going to boot it up, we're going to create the room, and we're going to wait a little bit. Because this is at the point now where we actually want to get a few people in, because the earlier missions, you can solo a lot of them. When you enter, like, the mid-game, so, like, the mid-30 missions, it's pretty much where you actually want, that's actually where you want people. Especially if you're playing online, because there's only so much combat endurance. In the game, you could pretty much solo on normal and easy, especially easy. Easy, I'd actually honestly say, this is a game I would not feel bad about playing through on easy, not because it's difficult, but just because your chance of actually dying is almost non-existent. The enemies actually do no damage on easy mode. And so it's just a lot easier just to be able to actually get through some of the missions, especially.
This is the lobby. Here you can join rooms with other players. You can also create a room. You can select play settings.
It's basically a lot easier the moment you actually play on easy, because like I said, you take no damage, you can get through the missions, and you kind of know what's actually going to happen. It does take away some of the challenge, because you kind of know what's going to happen. But you can just see, you can kind of see what Inferno is here. Is this actually the one I think it is? Yes, I think it is, actually. I think this is the one I think it is. Like I said, we're almost at mission 40 now. But we're going to wait a few minutes here, and we're going to actually see if anyone actually joins preemptively. Apparently, have I done? I've actually done this mission on normal. That's actually a surprise with the Ranger. I don't know why I should be surprised, but I apparently am. Actually, let me check here. One really cool thing you can do is you can actually see future missions, and you can see like what classes you've actually played through it with. I will say though, trying to get 100% for this game is brutally difficult here. Yeah, because pretty much like I said, once it hits the 30 missions, the punching gloves are off. Like, if you really would like a team, especially if you're playing online, I could jump into this mission, but it would probably take about 30 minutes just to get through each individual mission if you're trying to do it solo. Because what it just comes down to is how fast can you actually kill the enemies versus how fast they actually spawn. And even though I could change my weapons and stuff, like I have the Sting right now, and I have access to the Cascade here, but the accuracy of this, it technically does have more damage than the Stingray here. Like the Stingray, it only does only does 360. This one here can pretty much do, what is it? 20, so what is it? 1,400. But the problem is, though, this is so inaccurate as an actual weapon, and the blast radius is so tiny. Is that it's really all that not, it's just not great at all. Like, you really have to actually wait till you get to the Goliath here. The reason I stick with the Stingray, actually, is because of the blast area. As long as they're in the blast area, they're going to take damage. And so even though level 7's kind of weak now compared to, was it, level 11, I wish I could use this, but as you can see here, this is actually one of those few weapons that you can't reload. I really wish they'd get, I hope they got rid of that in EDF 5. I hope they got rid of that. Also, we did get the slug shot. So yeah, the slug shot was actually the gun I was thinking of. It has armor piercing, and it just does 450 damage. That's actually not bad.
Rangers can equip 2 weapons.
That's actually not bad, honestly, for the shotgun. I'm gonna give it I'm gonna give it about 1 more minute. I think if this is the mission, is this the mission I'm thinking of? Yeah, this is the mission I'm thinking of. This one's pretty much attack you from all sides. It's not pretty. It's actually really bad. I wonder, actually, I think about online player base and stuff. Like, I know, like, there's only one group, and I think it's kind of finally waned. It took a while, actually, for it to, but Payday 2. The team who originally made Payday 2 did an amazing job making sure their online player base just stuck with the game. Even I did. I stuck with that game for a long time.
Track your targets and open fire.
A huge Ravager army has concentrated in this area.
Watch out. They're close.
Sir, yes, sir!
You were a good commander.
Which way are we going?
Probably shouldn't have actually taken this one.
I'll be your friend.
You can pretty much see how quickly the units end up dying here. But to me, it's like I find damage to be more important. This is another mission you could easily get stuck on. Like, I could easily get stuck on this mission for a very long time. Well, I do appreciate you could juggle these guys. That's actually... Yep, that's what I thought. That the one was actually gonna hit me. So, once everyone dies... Like I said, once everyone dies... That's when the trouble starts. That's when the trouble starts. Because then everyone just focuses on you. Because there's a point where these drones will actually hit you. And you will also hit the edge of the screen. Really use some health, though. There we go. Maybe I should take the shotgun. That slug is actually not a bad one. As I said, it's a huge difference when you have to play this game solo. It's a really big difference the moment you have to play this game solo. Especially when you have so many of these things to worry about. The next wave we actually kill by ourselves. Well, maybe not completely by ourselves, but still. Very close to. Surprised that thing's still alive. There we go. I'm also impressed at the hitboxes for these enemies. There we go. There we go. So these three should be no problem. I'm trying to remember if I've actually succeeded this mission solo before on normal. I think I actually had people join in on this. Like I said, this is not an easy mission. This is not an easy mission at all. I think that's actually just gonna hit the building. Yep. I hate when that happens, when I do that. There we go. At least these missiles will hit them. That's the most important part. Well, that should probably kill him. Oh, thank goodness, someone else actually entered the room here. I'm actually just gonna restart. I would rather I would rather... Ah, of course he does. Of course he does. That's really bad luck. I shouldn't have done that, but that actually does technically
Choose loadout.
let me
Rangers
change
can
things up.
equip 2 weapons.
As much as I... Yeah, I'm gonna go with the slug shot. What's my highest weapon level? Highest weapon is level 11.
Choose loadout. Rangers can equip 2 weapons.
What's the range of the slug shot? The range is... Yeah, the range is only 50 for this thing. And I can't even bring in the fusion... I can't even bring in the fusion blaster. Like, they're a major... Hey, how's it going, Vati? That was just tragic. Indeed it was. Indeed it was. But it happens. It happens. I don't really expect a lot of people to be... This has an active... Like, when you actually do get a group going, people join in on it. And you can have a good time. And the downside is, because this game is so... I want to say it's niche and it's old. It has two things working against it. Not many people, the general public does not know anything about EDF. I didn't even learn about it until John mentioned it to me. Yeah, if anything, we'll go with these two here.
Deploying.
We'll just grin and bear through it. Which means a change of strategy.
Support the infantry. Track your targets and open fire.
Enemy's coming! Hit fire! Understood!
So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna grab everyone up, group them up, and run away, and just focus on the, Hectors. And the reason for that, I'm taking my units and running away, is so they don't get hit by the bombardment.
Let's go to that one place again.
That's actually the same way. Yeah, I think a lot of people learned about it from just, John.
Looking forward to tonight. Behind you. Reloading. Back me up. For honor. It's my turn. Don't come here. Let me take care of it. Look for the next enemy. Sir. Understood. I still can fight.
I think actually when they say the range is 3,000, they literally just mean that the range is actually the entire screen.
This way. Ready to fire. Crap. Don't come this way. They're on the way. Ready. Yes, sir. It's your turn, bro. Forget it. He's this way.
Hey, how's it going, Private Sergeant?
The enemy. Bring it. I'll kill you. Shut down. That's an aim. For the pride of EDF.
There we go.
Understood.
Ah, come on, really? At least the slug. At least I know I'll get some kills with the slug shot. Oh, those things have more than 450 HP. Well, I think I just lost my entire platoon anyway. He'll jump in a couple maps. Yeah, I know the same. I know the feeling. It's the same situation. I'm gonna see if I can actually do it. Like I said, this is the point of the game where you really actually want a squad if you're playing online, because online does not pull punches. The enemies just have more health, the item restrictions and such makes the game even more difficult.
Enemy crap! They got me!
I lament, honestly, the modern day workforce. It's like, it really is not... It's not a good situation.
This isn't good. I'm out.
It's like, whatever happened, like, the 9 to 5 was for most people and stuff. Now, it's pretty much expanded. It's like, okay, it's pretty much 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. now. People aren't even paid for lunch.
I'm coming to help.
People are more, which is actually the saddest part, is actually we're a more productive society than ever, but I think part of the issue is because there's just so many people now you just have so much more to do. Oh, we are literally in the corner of the map. We are like literally in the corner of the map. I'm impressed how I can miss with a slug shot. Also, the rate of fire on this is absolutely dreadful.
I'm out of ammo. Destroy them.
I also forgot how short range the shotgun is. Yeah, nah, here, I'm gonna do this. Nah, forget it. Forget this. I'm not using the slug
Choose
shot.
loadout. Rangers
I'd
can
much
equip 2
rather-
weapons.
Much rather at least know I can actually blast someone. And that's probably a minority for people. And even then, you're probably working a lot harder than... Or you're probably a lot more productive than most people were back then. Part of it is what part of it is technology. Trust me, even like one person even in these stages makes a huge difference. It just makes such a huge difference. Yeah, it's a lot harder for most people now to find a decent paying job that is self-supportive. And this guy is a jerk. Guy's a jerk, honestly. Unless self-driving trucks had become a huge thing, you also have job security. It was on its way, but then you know, that's a funny thing about the self-driving movement. It was actually well on its way until that one, and I don't understand how a lot of people can get the jobs they can get. But it's really, really interesting. And so, one thing I'm alluding to, I think it was Uber in Arizona. It was actually the first actual death by an automated vehicle. And the circumstances for it to actually be more nuanced about it wasn't just like it hit it maliciously.
Deploying.
It actually, so the person who was crossing the street was crossing it when it wasn't their turn to cross, so there's a human element. And the person who was supposed to be, you know, having their eyes on the prize, you know, monitoring the situation, didn't actually want, or didn't actually, he was too busy looking on his cell phone, you know. Typical situation. Guy rather just look at his cell phone than, you know, do his job. And it's those type of people I don't understand how they can get such... Like, obviously, you basically need to find someone who at least has some sort of level of due diligence. But because of the situation, the person who was crossing the street, when it wasn't their turn to cross, so they weren't actually... That was my fault. Decides to cross the street, because it's Arizona. I mean, it's not an actual good reason to actually not obey the rules of the road, but still, it's Arizona. And I see it happen all the time in California, too, so it's not particular to any state or any country and stuff. There are plenty of people who just decide, I'm just gonna cross the street. So I have no idea what you're doing, Private Sergeant, but you're absolutely insane for charging in there. And there's even video of it, of the situation too. Basically, the guy, you know, sees it 1 second too late, doesn't actually, you know, unable to react in time, and unable to take control, and unfortunately the person dies. And that honestly actually pretty much killed the automated driving. Like, it was honestly well on its way, but that one thing, you know, and it's a tragedy, it really is, but that pretty much set the entire industry back by probably a decade, if anything, because it got, it didn't just get Uber, it just got the entire concept a really, really bad rap. So you're not going to be seeing automated driving for industry use for another good decade because of that. And part of that just simply comes down to, are people actually able to follow the rules of the road? And the reality is they're not. And I mean rules of the road, I mean both the drivers and the pedestrians. And I see it all too often in California. People will just, you know, it's like, they don't care, like, they just see, is the road free? Alright, I'll cross the street. Makes a huge difference when you have one other person. Look at all these people who are alive. I actually just use this. What am I doing? I'm not in range for this thing? There we go. But yeah, like I said, that's the downside of... That's the downside, and plus it's a lot harder to actually warrant people actually paying paying like a living wage. Especially when property rates have gone up. But let's not get into politics here or any of that sort of stuff. We're here to enjoy a game. But honestly, I'm actually tempted here. I think I have my RPG of the month down to 2 games. But I'm torn, actually. Every time I look over my shoulder, there's actually quite a bit of other RPGs I could actually stream. Oh, okay. I'm like, have the missiles reached yet?
It's horrible. Man down. No commanding officers. Why did you enlist?
Now I see what's going on. How are you not alive? I just need the health packs. There we go.
Let's go. We still have work to do. Yes, sir. I have a bad feeling about this. Confirmed. Take a look. Understood, sir. There more? This army's huge. This party's not over yet. Yes, sir. Welcome. Yes, sir. Why are you on such a dangerous mission? For justice.
You heard him. He wants justice. How? Where the heck are all the health packs here? Where are all the health packs?
Yes, sir. Watch the flank. Sir, yes, sir.
There we go, that's what I actually wanted.
To the front line.
Dinner tonight. You're on the way. Home early. Do that later. Don't come here. What the? I'm coming to help you now.
I think the wing divers just went straight for the,
Yes, sir. I'll shoot you dead.
there we go, that's what I want.
Deploy an Epsilon armored railgun.
And there goes one of the queens already. Wow, that's surprising.
I was distracted.
And there goes the entire army.
Our friend is down.
See, this mission made me realize, like, even the trap mission was like, oh, that's nothing.
Get him for the pride of EDF.
Railgun vehicle is in position.
Good. Have it support the infantry units.
Up until we take care of them all. Gotta swap my magazine. If you want to go home, win.
What the? Oh, I did it to myself.
Somebody take over.
What the? No, tank, don't take me with you. Also, apparently, wow, that's actually a lot of stuff that just dropped. Oh, right, we have to actually destroy the transport stuff. Probably I should actually also kill these things. There we go. Yeah, thankfully this is actually the end. So now all we have to do is actually just destroy the ships. Listen, it's a huge difference when you just have one other person. It's such a massive difference. It's ridiculous. I'm just gonna start running over. What the heck is the commander here? There's the commander. Ah, forget it. If I'm gonna destroy this transport ship, might as well just do it by myself. Yeah, but the transport ships never stop spawning.
Ready to fire! Weapons ready!
So what are you guys' plan for the week? Mine is obviously work, but... didn't make as much... Actually, sadly enough, I decided, you know, I'm just gonna beat Super Mario Odyssey. That's actually what I actually achieved this weekend. I achieved that. So, I'm actually finally done with Mario Odyssey. That was a good game. It was a good game. Same, except for college. Yeah, that sounds about right. Odyssey? Yeah, Odyssey was a fun game. Like, that was... it wasn't hard, had a nice ending. And I could easily... I don't know about going 100%. Like, the only issue I had with the game, actually, was that... I don't think just letting players just find the moons willy-nilly really worked. And what I mean by that is, basically, if you give your player a focus, or, like, a clue, or in this case, like, talking to Takatu, or the stage, or, like, the main story, like, you knew, hey, you're going in this direction here. Well, 99% of all the other moons, you don't even actually, worry about, like, you just had to find. Unless you buy the hints and such.
Transmission from Command Headquarters. The day after tomorrow, we will execute a simultaneous attack against the motherships. All motherships, all around the world.
So that time has finally come.
The operation preparations are moving forward in each region.
Well, there is structure. If you, like, buy the hints or just go to Takatu back and forth. But that honestly is very time-consuming. That I'd honestly argue that it's actually faster just to blind search. Or wait until you actually get enough money and buy tokens and such. Or buy the hints and such. I'd honestly say that's actually probably the best thing you could actually do in that game. It's like, okay, I'm not saying play through the story and stuff, because what I actually did
Deploying.
on my playthrough was I try and find as many moons as I possibly could. And then, okay, I'm gonna move on to the next area. And there was still a lot of moons I didn't even get.
Now's the time for a showdown.
That is one orange, that is one orange fencer. I already have a full group too, that's actually surprising.
Humans will be swept away and then destroyed. The future of mankind hinges on this operation. The mothership is protected by shield screens, and the air raids didn't work. Infantry units are the only ones who can do this. It's not going to be easy to destroy that large ship from the ground. but we have to do it. Because we are the EDF. All units, engage in battle. We wish you good luck.
God, I actually probably do need to go out and buy that. Good start. Good start.
Thanks to these guys, my entire image of aliens is ruined.
The mothership is
I haven't even gone through Xenoblade Chronicles 2, but I do actually want the physical version of that game.
The genocide gun is coming. Retreat!
Yes, sir!
No.
Move in pairs and watch each other's back. Yes, sir!
Oh no, that's hitting the,
We won't make it!
Enjoy all the radio transmissions of all the soldiers dying. There we go.
It was a miracle that we shot down the mothership 8 years ago. But we didn't waste our time just waiting for 8 years. We developed stronger weapons and polished our tactics. We will succeed again.
cannon destroyed. We did it!
This enemy cannot be beaten easily. Stay sharp.
Oh my god, there's so much stuff. I think the problem with X is that it didn't have a focus, and it just didn't, and it had, I think to its detriment, it actually had the create a character.
We will destroy
I think one of the detriments of the game is that it just had its create a character,
all over the world are
and it wasn't
too. But
conjoined, like, and also it didn't help that it was on the Wii, and it also didn't help. It had its own controversy, because people decided to actually be upset about learning the Japanese version. You could actually adjust the female character's breasts,
Cannons.
and that brought that under controversy. I mean, seriously, people just...
destroy the cannon.
I don't know why people actually get so upset about
No Rangers to
character
win
customizations.
this battle.
Yes, sir!
It's like involve anything with actual breasts, and people just find a reason to be offended.
The bullets are stuck! You're doing great! Please, just wait until I'm
Yeah?
with my family!
Yeah, like, that's the yeah, controversies go in one ear, out the other in the game industry now. It happens so often, and it's honestly a problem. Also, I just realized that someone has gone so fast through this, we can actually shoot the core now.
There are too many cannons.
This is 41! At this rate, we'll all be killed!
Yes, sir!
That's how fast someone actually went through this.
Just a miracle.
Successful in damaging the mothership.
That's great. The mothership is damaged.
I just want to take out this transport ship. The less enemies I have to deal with, the better. There we go.
The mothership's weak point is the air intake vent on the bottom. Attack when the air intake vent is open.
This is Wingdiver, heading towards Storm Team for backup.
Let anyone else die!
It's not effective with breasts, just when something's removed. Yeah. That's the thing, it's like... people don't want stuff removed from the games, and I completely understand that, and I honestly am on the side of that. Like, don't complain about to actually get stuff removed from games. You want things to actually have more value. But we have a lot more people who are living, you know, trying to enforce their morality upon
There
others.
is an air intake vent directly under the mothership. Attack when the air intake vent is open.
Honestly, Puddlegate just kind of reminds me... I think Puddlegate is actually, I'd honestly say, is like the inverse of Watch Dogs. Watch Dogs 1, specifically. Had, you know, demos, like actual physical demos at, you know, the PlayStation Experience that actually showed, like, here's what the game will look like, and then here's actually the release version, completely missing the mark. But instead of people actually being upset at the developer, or publisher in the case of Ubisoft, people got upset at consumers instead, and I think that's actually an interesting shift. I don't know why am I not shooting the core? Why am I not shooting the core? My job is to shoot the core. have a rocket launcher, and then I can shoot him. So the reason why I say it's the inverse is everyone got mad at Watch Dogs just because people Ubisoft advertised this one thing, and then what actually probably made it more hilarious is that years later people realized, oh yeah, you could have it with those amazing HD graphics. They were just in the files, or at least for the PC version at least. They were in the files. I desperately need health. So I consider, like, the whole puddle gate stuff with Spider-Man to be just the inverse of Watch Dogs. There we go. I also do have to wonder, was this actually, like, the final boss in EDF, like, EDF 3?
Mothership moving to final defensive form. It has deployed giant cannons.
Even with this much damage, it still doesn't lose its attack power. That ship is formidable.
It actually seems to be getting stronger.
I need cover. But what do you guys think? Do you think actually, like... Damn it! I have no idea what actually killed me.
It was still hiding its final weapon.
I have no idea what killed me.
It's fighting for real now.
But it's interesting how we're getting more upset at consumers and not the developers and publishers for promising what they delivered or what they're advertising.
Aim for the air intake vent directly under the mothership.
It's like we're kind of becoming more accepting of letting developers and publishers get away with... Not really... It's not so much false advertisement, it's just that they're under-delivering on their product.
Too much. It's hell under the mothership.
I mean, it's not a bad thing. You know, if you really actually want to be realistic here, I think it's actually a very interesting thing. Like, if you talk to people, the producers, or people who aren't involved in the actual development of a game,
We have a number of casualties.
or they're involved directly with the development of the game, but they're not actually, like, the developers or the artists or anything like that.
This is Ranger 41.
I didn't even know you could do that. Thank you, Toma.
This is 15. Ranger 16 has been killed.
I need to... I need to shoot this thing badly.
It looks like we caused the mothership severe damage.
I don't remember actually where you need to hit these things, because I know you can destroy them. There we go. See, you can destroy them.
Cannons.
What? The heck is killing me? The cannons are just lasers. And then you have a lot of polarizing. I think one of the big issues with that,
Attacking the cannon.
with the DLC and season passes, I'm honestly not a huge fan of them myself, actually. I really am not.
Damage.
Or I wish game developers had some sort of process in saying, alright, here, you can then have the content. Like, okay, let's take Mario Tennis Aces, for example. Mario Tennis Aces. They release a character pretty much every month, and even though this is all free stuff, but the character becomes locked if you didn't participate
Cannon severely damaged.
during that time period, but then it will have an eventual release date for everyone. And the other problem with the whole... And the reason I'm actually really against the... There we go.
Destroying the mothership. It is
Against season passes and DLC and such is that
Units, get out of the way. The mothership is falling.
there will be a point where your game basically becomes abandoned. And it's when that game becomes abandoned... My god. It's still... Thank god we actually killed that thing. I would not be able to do this solo, just to let you know, guys. I would not be able to do this solo. Oh, this mission's a pain in the butt. But yeah, when games become, you know, basically abandoned, and nobody, like, especially multiplayer, specifically multiplayer games. I'd say multiplayer games probably have the biggest grievous issue. Single player, not many people are making single player games as much. Or if they are, it's very limited, or they do... Like, the only DLC I'm okay with not getting are, like, let's go to RPGs here, for example. I'm okay with RPGs not giving me the DLC packs that give me all these uber weapons and stuff right off the bat. I'd be okay with the cosmetics. I would be okay with the cosmetics. Like, if, hey, there's a skin and such you can give me and stuff, and if I come back to the game years later, and I want to have a good time, yeah, sure, let me have it. Hey, how's it going, Newton? How are you doing tonight? Yeah, but tonight we're definitely going to be ending at 10 o'clock no matter what, just simply because like many other people, we all have work in the morning, and we probably all have to get up at 6 a.m. or some ungodly hour. Alright, you ants need to go. That would have been hilarious, actually. Made a little progress. Oh, that's good. There are a lot of games. There are a lot of games that are out there right now, and damn it, I really gotta stop blasting. I really gotta stop blasting Private Sergeant into the water. Art. There we go. How many nests would you like to fight? There we go. How? Wow. There's your hitbox stuff right there.
Giant insects spotted. They appear to be coming from a tunnel exit.
Another tunnel.
I really wish you could actually select what you want to shoot at. That's the one downside about the missile launcher. Like, you need to have it's good for the giant killers.
Charging the enemy. I need support. Bring it on.
Someone else is shooting these things. Is it really just... No, this Sir Vol-Opt. I thought it was just me and Sergeant again. So many bugs, so many spawn points. I think there goes the last of the soldiers. Nice knowing you, Bug. I'm actually surprised, now that I think about bugs. I'm surprised nobody has actually made a Starship Troopers game, like a proper Starship Troopers game. I know some people were talking about that last night. I'm surprised actually people still remember that movie. I'm also surprised it actually made 3 movies. I mean, the other 2 never made it to theater, but still. See, how would you actually make? It's probably for the best you actually don't remember the sequels. Even I haven't actually watched the movies proper. Like, I know they exist, but I've never actually watched them. Well... so many... There are a lot of games in my backlog, too. Like... I've been tempted to, like, every time I turn my head here, it's like, oh, I could stream that RPG instead. Because I realize I could do more than just, Steam for RPGs. What the? I'm okay. Oh, if you want to sympathize with someone, apparently someone, who had a video game collection of like 2,000 games, just, apparently had a house fire, and they just posted the remains of their entire video game collection being completely destroyed.
Is currently heading this way.
We have good news. Pale team
Oh, no, there was nothing that actually, survived.
With their support, we can exterminate the giant
Which tells you,
insects.
remember, to always keep a clean work environment and to do everything you can to protect your stuff.
But we can work around them if we dodge their
I'd honestly, like, as of late, there's a lot of,
show their stuff.
so there's some businesses that quite literally have... What the heck are you, Ant? There you are.
We can count
There are some
on the
businesses that actually have fireproofed, rooms.
to fight giant insects.
You know you want to beat, Xenoblade 1. I still don't have that one. I actually have... What was it? From Operation Rainfall. I do have the last story. I do have Pandora's Tower. I still haven't even touched them. They're still sealed. But I was never able to get Xenoblade Chronicles 1. And I did want to actually, like, try that. From what I understand, though, it plays like an MMORPG, which is a little weird. I was even looking up, like, some other games that I had for my collection. And noticed that, oh... How does the last... You know, let's take the last story. It's like, how does the last story actually play?
Deploying.
Here's another mission that just has us sit around and waste our time.
Hold your fire. Wait for the signal.
So it's taking a hiatus.
Wait for the signal? Okay, we'll just fire right away.
That's all I care about.
Our soldiers are prepared for any
Wild animals never sleep in front of their enemies. But this one...
Yeah, it definitely did look weird, Vati. I just saw, like, which is sad, actually. So...
Can't harm it, even in its sleep.
So I was actually looking for multiple videos, like, okay, what does the actual gameplay look like without, like, spoiling the story? And I came across really only down to 2.
Target Urginus.
Was
Deploy ordnance.
a 5-minute video from GameStop. Oh, not GameStop, GameSpot. And it was terrible. Like, it didn't actually convey anything. It skipped the tutorial messages, and the actual player, whoever was playing for that recording, just let him get smacked around, left, right, and center.
And it's away!
And then I found someone, it wasn't a Let's Play, but it was just like, here's what the gameplay looks like. It was the same section, same part of the story, and it was like the near start of it. And all of a sudden, it's like, oh, you know, he shows what the tutorial messages look like so you can actually understand the combat. And I'm like, it's such a 9-day difference. It's such a ridiculous 9-day difference. Yoink!
Friendly tactical bombers are moving in. Soldiers, disengage from Urginus and get clear of the kill zone.
I just gotta empty his tank. I mean, it is a machine gun after all. Why wouldn't we want to use this? And just hop in the next one. I actually hope this vehicle seat hopping in EDF 5. That's one thing I'm also hoping. You can't kill Godzilla. Why would you think you could kill Godzilla? I will say though, controlling the turrets with a mouse, it's actually terrible.
How about that? Did you learn your lesson? I'm out of bullets. Back me up. Loading out. Attack orders. Did you read what? That's one of my magazine. This is time to go home, bud. Why do you?
There we go.
Hopefully it'll be nice tomorrow. My armor's cracked. Hey, Joe! Oh. Did you learn your lesson? Time to show them the power. Go back to outer space.
I don't like where he's looking.
There's bullets! Enemy approaching. I'm out of ammo. EDF!
Oh, that never gets old.
From any alien attack.
From vicious
Giant insects who have once again come back. We'll unleash all our forces, we won't cut them any slack. The EDF deploys. Love that song. I love all the remixes people do, like the jazz version and such. Oh. We better get Sir Volt.
Leave it to me.
Whoop. Hang on, Air Guinness crossing.
It's too strong. I'll feel it. Man down.
That's why his Private Sergeant had the health to get him up. The new Monster Hunter World update. I still don't own Monster Hunter World. Like I haven't gotten. I do want to play a Monster Hunter game. Look at my missiles. They're never gonna hit it. They're never going to hit it. But when they do, it will be amazing. There we go. And I blew myself up. Like, I feel like I pretty much missed the opportunity to really actually play Monster Hunter World. Or any of the Monster Hunter games. Because I knew Monster Hunter Generations also came out on the Switch as well. You know, a lot of people say that. It's like, that's why I've actually... Like I said, my experience with Monster Hunter style games is Mercenary Kings, Dragon Ball Xenoverse, and Dauntless. I'm trying to think. I think I missed one other. But it's like, I know that the Monster Hunter games are very, like, intentionally obtuse. because it's taking a lot of baggage with it from all the previous ones. And it's not a bad thing to have a slow-paced game. Like, where you actually make your, where your decisions and such in terms of even things like movement is important. But Dauntless is the one that's like the closest I've gotten to an actual Monster Hunter experience, which is actually okay. Like, I would actually say to most people, if you actually want to get a good understanding as why people are so obsessed with Monster Hunter, play, I'm interrupting your duel with the monster. Okay, fine, I'll stop firing the missiles then. Although you having 1 HP is pretty impressive. The game itself is generally good, you just don't enjoy playing it. Yeah, I can definitely see that. Are you done? Are you done? Actually, how the heck did we get all the way over here? I'm just gonna destroy this building. Look at that building destruction. Let's just take that in. Just take all of that in. And people play Just Cause. You're more Macy's still alive? You can pretty much guess why he's not dead yet. This has no ammo. This is a completely... This is useless. How much HP does this thing have anyway? 1500. You need to go away. You've used up everything. This is how we recycle things in the EDF. Whether it's intentionally or not intentionally. I think actually vehicles take full damage. I'm more amazed he hasn't left yet. You'd like to leave? I would like you to leave. That's what I actually want him to do. Yeah, you leave. Get out of here. Yeah, go that way. Bird that way. See, this is the kind of situation, like, he gets stuck, and I think part of it is just because, like, he just takes so much damage. Is that he's not getting the ability. You had to say it. You had to say it. He died because of you. I can't even revive him because there's no healing items on this map.
Omega team, commence operation. Omega team, roger that.
Is there supposed to be another airstrike? Ah, this way we are going to kill it. Well, actually, I don't think we can kill him. So far, the amount of damage is taken from trying to chat. That sounds about right. That sounds about right. Alright.
I'm out of ammo.
I wouldn't blame you for that. I wouldn't blame you for that at all.
Ask for instructions.
How is there one soldier still alive?
I'm under your command.
Good lord! What does it take?
Yeah, there we go. Finally, I think we've done enough damage now.
Did you learn your lesson? Ready to shoot.
Nah. Nah, unfortunately.
Message from command headquarters. They have a new plan.
What?
They say they're transporting Fortress Balam.
Fortress Balam? How is that going to help?
Guinness clearly can't be hurt with cannons or explosives. Its hide is too thick. And it's apparently heat-proof. But if we were to simply ram it with something of comparable mass...
The fortress would fit that bill.
I like how the voice acting is behind for some reason. It's a mission where you get nothing. Let's see, what are we up to? Item level 12 now?
Choose loadout. Rangers can
Do
equip
I get
2
anything
weapons.
new? Do I get a new toy? Where's my new toy? That's not my new toy. I don't think I get a new toy until... Yeah, I don't get a new toy until the end of the game. Yeah, it kind of sucks, honestly, that you get nothing. I'd honestly say for probably... At least with the build I run and such. Because, you know, you see Marukam, he's using the Cascade there. It's a nice weapon, but... I just like having higher damage done than anything else, because the higher damage ones usually have higher accuracy.
accessing the satellite orbit weapon rotor.
Over the bridge.
This is transport unit. The heavy transport helicopter Hydra is on the way.
Why are you on such a dangerous mission? Why did you enlist?
That's no problem, Body, man. Like I said, you gotta take care of your real life first over anything else, man. You have yourself a good night.
Yes, sir. Secure that bridge. Yes, sir. I'll shoot you dead.
Brave infantry unit, we pray for your safety.
Have yourself a good night. I love that. Private Sergeant apparently rocking the motorcycle. He is a brave man.
Dropping SDL-1.
There's a good dinner waiting. We're gonna
Just gonna target the nests.
go from the right. That's impossible.
Mission complete. Heading back
I
now.
won't let you die, sir.
I've actually never seen the motorcycle. I've never used the motorcycle in all my time playing this game. And, excuse me, I need to actually make sure I survive. Good. Oh, those spiders are gonna feel that in the morning.
This is Pale Team. Arrived at combat area. Beginning attack.
Bill team, I wish you luck in battle.
This is the beginning of the hunt. Head towards objective point.
But yeah, video game controversies, they just happen.
Satellite blaster.
It's like, it's so petty, honestly, for the reason most of them happen. Like, it's not even, like, a good reason. Like,
Mission complete.
like, the one controversy I think actually probably mattered lately was that, Telltale Game being shut down, and even then,
Unauthorized access to satellite orbit weapon detected. The satellite
I can understand the resentment from employees and such, because they lost their jobs and such, and a lot of them have really, a lot of other game companies, of course, because the circle for those things, like, once you're in, you know, you're in. It's honestly very difficult to actually not transfer from one position in the game industry to another. Because so many of them are just, are so like for like. So I need to switch over to the missile launcher here. And
illegal access to Notum. Somebody
am I not close enough for the...
Pale Team.
Okay, I am
Our
close enough.
forces are down.
Bill team, what happened?
We are being followed by flying giant.
Yeah, I think Sir Voltov is just always AFK.
They're coming. Fly at maximum power.
This is either going to be a good thing or a bad thing, and I can't tell which. Probably going to be a bad thing. Also, how many vehicles are being dropped here? Oh, they're all dead. Okay. The bike is so useless they give you 2. That sounds about right, actually. A lot of the vehicles, I think, at least when using mouse and keyboard, they're kind of worthless. But if you have an entire team, it's like you actually get your things like the satellite blaster leveled up extremely quickly. The balance on the bike sucks. Ugh. Oh yeah, Havoc physics engine. Well, to be fair, you wouldn't have half of the hilarity of this game if the physics engine wasn't ridiculous.
Someone is accessing the satellite orbit weapon Rotum. Confirm drop point. This is Pale Team. I got rid of my tail. I landed on top of a building and my generator is cooling.
Shoot!
Pale Team, report damage.
Any survivors? Dropping vehicle. Hey! Below! Over there!
You lost your magazine?
They followed us at low altitude.
I think I just killed our own team.
They're terrifying hunters.
I'm hit!
They're coming at once.
How's that?
Fire! Fire!
A wound like this! Hang on!
And I think I just killed our own team. No, they're still alive. They're still alive.
He's mine!
They're coming from the front.
So what'd you grab this time, then? Yeah, I think I'm gonna boot Sir Volt off, because he's just AFK. He's leeching. I don't even know why you would leech in this game. I mean, I can understand why if you have the... if you have some sort of notion that you could actually go through all of the missions in this game. I think it's so unrealistic that you shouldn't even worry about it.
Control lost. Gonna hit it.
Just won't use. This way. Bring it. I'll kill you.
Wing damage.
Yeah, he's been AFK. Oh wait, no, he's moving. He's moving. There's movement.
Ready to shoot! Load!
What the heck? Oh. It's like, where is he? Oh, he's there.
We did it. We just had to clean this up.
Yes.
And now we enter the wasps. Or bees. Whichever, take your pick what you want to call them.
These giant insects can fly faster than us.
Are you happy? They're flying! Giant insects are flying!
Bring it. This isn't what I signed up for. It's too small. Gotta swap my magazine. Loading my ammo. What the?
It's too fast! I can't aim! Giant
Someone is
insects are
accessing
flying?
the satellite orbit
Nothing
weapon
will
Rotum.
surprise me again.
Satellite platform. Fire!
I don't even know if this will actually help. I probably should have actually switched my weapon. Thankfully, the wasps or flying insects and stuff, they really have no health at all.
Giant insects.
It's also just hilarious when you actually hit them with your rocket.
Our worst fears are being realized.
Just annihilate
Can't
it.
keep up with the enemy's evolution.
Going towards drop point.
Armored vehicle grape.
Got the enemy.
Ah, get it off of me.
If you want to go home.
And I killed my own ally.
I will avenge you, brother!
Armor-plated vehicle green.
Swap my magazine!
Let me at him.
So this is what training...
All units, attack the flying
So what's this
giant
do?
insects.
Is it literally just it literally is a transport unit.
Let's talk about it later.
Yeah. Oh no, it actually is a howitzer.
Expedition to Earth attacked by natives.
Oh, that is a very fast shooting howitzer.
I'm ready for battle.
It's a shame I can't hit for beans with the darn thing.
We defeated one enemy!
Wait, we might be able to actually get a hit.
Yes, sir.
Nope, he cannot hit anything with this gun. Although it's pretty cool though, you could actually just... Come on. Also, I just blew up the tower.
Evaporate it.
There we go. That never gets old. That never gets old.
Access to satellite orbit weapon detected. The satellite blaster is being taken
Get out of here.
Let me shoot!
This is transport unit. We're preparing the drone.
Anyone got a homing weapon that actually has actual speed to it? There we go.
They're on the way.
I think you have to fight another wave of these terrible things.
Terminated!
Oh, thank goodness we don't.
Done well.
You're liking your satellite blaster? Yeah, that's a pretty good one.
Blaster on standby.
Satellite blaster's a good one. Hey, how's it going, MechGM? How are you doing, man? Hopefully you had a good weekend. This is another temporary last hurrah for EDF 4. Tomorrow we shall start our next RPG. You've been sick. A lot of people I know are really sick. It's terrible. I can't afford to get sick, but I don't actually really worry about getting sick.
Deploying.
I mean, when I get sick, it hits me hard, but otherwise, though, it's rare for me to actually be, like, sick, where I to actually just be bed rest. Well, I hope you get better, man.
Where is the underground tunnel exit? Search and destroy.
Illegal access to Otun. Starting up the satellite blaster. This is Scout. There was an underground tunnel along the river.
Yep, my missile just killed all our units. I don't apologize for anything.
You were a good commander. My armor's cracked. Let's ask HQ.
Come on, get away from me.
The enemy is dead. One down.
This is Scout. There are giant insects scattered along the river.
Well, hopefully whatever you're working, once you get better,
Insects like to be
you can get back to streaming and such.
water. But on our Earth, there's no water for aliens. Storm team, go along the river and destroy the underground tunnel exit.
I love it when they spawn. Aw. Uh-oh. Yeah, that's... We're gonna need to do that. I don't know what happened, but I'll take it.
Recover the areas near water.
There we go. Figured to put a stream up while you do some stuff in Warframe. Yeah, I think honestly I finally got past my Warframe phase again. It also doesn't help that my hard drive is actually near full capacity. I've actually been thinking about deleting Warframe off of it because I have no space. The 2 RPGs I had to install just take up that much room. It's like between those RPGs, and I kind of wish now we're gonna need, you know, this is actually a sad part. We're going to need an option soon, where it's like, do you want to download the 1080p version of a game, or do you want to download the 4K version of the game? Because apparently there's enough of an enthusiast class of 4K gaming that actually apparently makes games like 50 gigabits or gigabytes in file space. And that's not something most people can actually handle.
Fire the satellite blaster!
It's like, I can install it, but that's a lot, honestly. Or even like on a terabyte SSD. Do I just I literally have an army on me, don't I? Yep, I have an army on me. Hi guys,
Emergency contact from
would you like to leave me alone?
Transmission is bad. We could only receive part of it. What does...
Oh, I have made a big mistake. I've made a big mistake.
Disappeared or something? It couldn't be.
I'm not good at rocket jumping, but I'll give it a shot. Don't worry, there's actually no rocket jumping in this game. All the bugs are just on me for some strange reason. Where's the laser? I need to run. Alright, you all need to go and leave me alone. The heck, some health when you need some. You know what still disgusts me in this game for some odd reason? The bug's wings. I don't know why the bug's wings disgust me, but they do. And them... Ew. So big and veiny. I don't know who killed all these bugs, but I'm okay with it.
This is going to... We're being swallowed. Are they planning on swallowing us alive? Hawaii bases, what happened? What's going on?
Oh, you took a nagling.
worsens. It sounds like something is jamming the signal.
Well, we lost Hawaii. Hawaii's no more. Same thing with Australia. There is no more Hawaii or Australia on this earth. It's unfortunate. I will say though, when I did get into a rut of playing Warframe, it was a good experience overall. Although it got to the point, it's like, I'm just playing to build a new frame, build a new frame, build a new frame. I don't have the inventory space to even support what I'm doing in that game. So that's kind of why I ended up stopping.
Increasing output. The wing diver team.
That and also changes in life.
Mark the target for the array.
Put the Aurora steer to use.
I wouldn't mind if it was a lot easier to be able to create some sort of content that people would actually want to be financially supportive towards.
This is Scout 10. I'm looking at an unbelievable sight. We're being swallowed. Scout 10, report precisely. What is being swallowed by what?
You got 1,000 plat from the Warframe stream? Jesus.
Swallowing the Earth whole.
It's your turn, bro. Sensor at max.
Hang on, Scout 10. They can't swallow the Earth. I'll ask again. What is being swallowed by what? The Earth is being swallowed! Even Ravagers can't do that. Are they trying to take the Earth with them? Nothing we can do! Retreat!
What would you call? What would you, like, if you actually had a planet eater?
Currently analyzing satellite
Like,
information. We've detected an
Okay, for all the comic book guys out here, who the heck is the guy that eats the planets again? I want to say Ultros, but that doesn't sound right in my head.
Increase output.
That doesn't sound right in my head. Got Silver Surfer as a servant. Well, he's had multiple servants, but Silver Surfer is like the one that always comes to my mind.
A UFO? It's too huge.
Galactus, thank you very much, Mecha GM. Galactus. Like, what would you call him? Like, what kind of, like, eating? You know, this carnivore, herbivore, omnivore? What would you call, like, a person who eats planets? What would be the proper vor term? Planet-vor? Would it really just be something like planet-vor? We are asking these dumb questions tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, if the Earth is being swallowed, we might as well go full... We might as well commit to the entire philosophical question. Where the heck is the last ant? There's the last ant. Ah. Good shot. Good shot, Sir Vol.
Yes, sir.
Can I even shoot? No, I can't shoot any of these. It would be an omnivore, since omni is a prefix for everything. Yeah, I guess that would make sense. Oh, yeah, that would definitely be helpful, actually, if I got rid of that. Ah! I completely missed that mark.
It's here again.
Let's do it.
It keeps multiplying.
Wing and actuator are okay.
Let's try actually shooting something closer.
Generator output is normal. System down. Start wing. Ready to fire. Victory is in our hands. Yes.
I don't know why. I always found this actually amazing to see. Just in terms of scale. To like, alright, we're just gonna cover the Earth with hexagons.
Sir, yes, sir.
And this is how 4X games are made. We just cover planets so people can play their games on them. Actually, I've actually had an urge to actually play, what was it, Civilization again. There's so many other games that are coming out. Valkyria Chronicles 4, Mega Man 2, The Messenger. There are just too many games that have come out that I do want to actually go through and play.
Other enemies.
Like, I'm just happy I was able to get through, Mario Odyssey.
Sir, yes, sir.
I think what I might do is, like, I might not even have the time, actually. I don't even know. Like, there's a project I might actually be joining up on, but I don't know if I can actually do anything for that team.
Converter is normal. This way. Sir, yes.
And these are the transporter units I hate. Can't even shoot the core on these things.
Sharon tactical bomber will arrive momentarily.
An enemy. I am ready for flight.
I don't think you're gonna be able to use those bombers. Also, I think there was actually a transporter just right above me.
Mission complete. Come back now.
Get out of my... Get off of my island. There you go.
The generator is functioning normally.
This is gonna make them feel the
weather is
pain.
on our side today.
I mean, the positive side, at least they're coming towards me. I think that wing diver just got one shot. I can't tell if it was my fault or not. Oh, crap. Flying insects. Yes.
This is transport unit. The heavy transport helicopter Hydra is on the way.
There's so many. How the hell did I miss that shot?
Released. Have at it, boys.
Suppose there's any more bullets in this stuff. Oh, I can't even shoot them because they're too high.
Breaking news. Massive flying objects have appeared in areas all over the world. They are so large that the areas in which they have appeared have gone completely dark.
This is headquarters. We don't know the enemy's abilities. Retreat for now. Air raid successful. Confirm damage to enemy.
Can I get it? Good, I got it. Alright, this is definitely the mission I need to change my
Loadout.
missile launcher.
Rangers can equip 2 weapons.
Let's see, where was it? Why is it this one here? Do we really only have 200? Yeah, actually 200. I swear the range is nothing. But as long as it does damage, that's what matters. Sniper rifle would also be good. Sniper rifle would also be good. Probably actually better than my choices.
Deploying.
A life weapon? I've never seen a life weapon in this game. That's another thing I hope EDF 5 actually does better, was
Flying drones are coming.
make it easier to
Shield screen with our hands.
Command is yours.
make it easier to just be able to get your weapons and such.
Shield screen with our hands.
At least assuming they use the same weapon system that they do in this game.
Someday I'll fly for reasons other than battle.
Go.
Bring it. I'll kill you. What the?
We got one. Who's next?
Ranger 8. Confirmed a flying hexagon-shaped object.
Somebody wants to play more Civilization. Every time someone plays Civilization, a planet dies.
The sky is pitch black.
That's what you get.
We've all put this at the grave of Sid Meier. May a bountiful harvest ensue, led by the cultural advisor of Elvis.
Exterminated.
That was actually still the best, Civilization 2, having Elvis as one of your advisors. Going from prehistoric to modern. That was hilarious, honestly, for the people who actually made those videos.
This is Ranger 21.
They were terrible at giving advice. I'd honestly say it was only until Civilization 5 that
Big enough to cover
when you actually got advice, it was actually decent. Or it actually became understandable.
Artillery units on the scene. You mean they're trying to build a wall?
They have been sighted in all parts of the world.
Oh dear god, the Ravager army is getting political. They're building a wall.
At this rate, Earth will be
Wait a minute, does that mean Earth is Space Mexico? I mean, I know about Space Australia.
Completely surround the Earth in a wall. What could they be planning? Are they literally swallowing the Earth?
Then where's Space Russia? Or Space China? I blame Team 4-Star for this.
Flying vehicles are appearing from the flying objects that are covering the sky. It's a new type.
Generator output is normal.
All units, destroy the flying vehicles.
I'm actually surprised I haven't destroyed anything. Oh, there you go.
Artillery unit position. Flying vehicles.
Test okay.
It's a new type.
Like, out of all those flying vehicles that actually showed up, I didn't kill a single one.
Understood, sir. Enemy reaction detected. Okay.
Yes, sir. Loading up. I'll smash you to pieces. Watch out on the right. Yes, sir.
Well, someone destroyed someone's building.
This is quarters. Heading to the vehicles.
Oh, it's the healing pod.
There's no time to rest. We're gonna continue the battle.
Oh, shoot.
Watch out.
Probably should actually aim for that.
Engage.
Let's survive it.
Dropping magnum self-propelled rocket. Transport complete. Good luck.
Oh, we have a new person, Dragon Sonny.
They're on the way.
Well, the guy's actually smart. He actually chose the right weapon for the job.
Is far more powerful than we estimated. The mothership fleet is just a small part of their forces. It is just a small fraction of their existence. Gravita's main force controls weapons that are equivalent to a planet's mass. Do we have a countermeasure?
The sniper rifle is a 3 burst.
If they are like gods. I guess so.
Loading. Loading now.
Yes, sir.
I'm not ready to accept a new god. I mean, with all the RPGs I played, I've killed too many gods. I don't think any of the gods would actually want me. They know what I do to those gods. I have a terrible record. It's like a god genocide. Or commie-cide.
Trying to cover Earth in a wall. We can't let something like that happen. All units, commence attack.
This is transport unit. The transport vehicle is on the way.
Let's see, where the heck?
Artillery team, please specify objective point.
We'll show you how strong we really are.
Is there's still something alive over there, isn't there?
So the Earth Eaters covering the skies carry countless flying vehicles on them? Fire the something like that.
Oh, there it is.
Exterminator.
Enemy neutralized. Yes, sir.
Delivery.
Changing the point.
Don't forget
Understood.
the point.
Plasma drive malfunction.
Oh, I forgot you could destroy the ground underneath you. Earth Eaters have appeared over the city. Standard fare. Alright, well, thankfully we're not doing... I actually hate the drone missions myself. I really do. Like, they can be fun, but at the same time, they're just more... I feel that they're more tedious than anything else. Like, if they were a lot more like, the downside of the flying units is that if they were made more aggressive, they would absolutely destroy you. But where they are the zipping and zooming around that you can't actually really hit, it's a lot harder to hit them if you don't have the right weapons for the job.
From now on, we will call those flying objects Earth Eaters.
Can I even actually... No, I can't shoot this thing.
Transporting E551 Gigantus.
Alright.
Just leave the Earth Eaters alone. Destroy the Earth Eaters and take back the skies. All units, commence attack.
Container released. It's on the way down. Battle battle machines are dropping from the flying objects that are...
And now we have the tentacles. I think I just destroyed someone's vehicle. No, I didn't. Okay, good.
Don't break it.
They're on top of the buildings! They walk wherever they want! They wouldn't even flinch at bad roads!
You gotta watch out when the tentacles start flying out. That's when you know aliens mean business. There we go. Ah! Also, the likelihood of getting squished is just growing exponentially.
Laser cannons in their legs! There are cannons.
God, this is just actually reminding me of that Overlord anime. I saw a clip that was like, it was weird, honestly, seeing that anime. Because, like, the clip I saw was basically, like, the equivalent of poor CGI. Like, extremely poor CGI. I don't know why. Like, I hear a lot of interesting things about that series, but, like, it's just an actual person who is, like, you think, like, half the time you think he's actually doing something noble, and then just out of the blue, it's like, no, I'm doing something that easily makes you the worst character in the world. And when I say worst, I mean evil. Like, evil, horrible acts. Okay, this building has to go. I also need less of them.
Earth Eaters dropping battle machines.
This is headquarters. Hereinafter, the enemy's new battle machines are called Deroys. All units, prepare to attack Deroys.
He's an MMO player who has to roleplay evil to keep control of a little army of monsters he has.
Confirmed laser weapons.
Yeah, I get that. But it's like, it was a really weird CG. It's like, everything was basically
They
CG.
have laser cannons.
And not like good CG. It was like, since obviously they're trying to show a scale, I think they were being overly ambitious with it. Also, MMO? It's supposed to be an MMO? That's... I mean, I know we've had a lot of anime that basically have been like, oh, it's an MMO and such. But that's a little weird. I don't even think you would need the MMO part if you're using that kind of setting. Also, there's more of these terrible creatures.
Artillery fire team, please specify the target.
Confirmed drop point.
Prepare fire. Firing the cannon.
I'm surprised the leg is the thing that gets priority. And not like the there we go, that's what I need. I need to hit the core, thank you.
Reports coming in.
That'll work.
Earth Eaters are appearing all over the world. The sky is completely covered in some areas.
Kinda wish they would always aim for the
Skies are
core.
completely enveloped are dark, and the climate is changing
During
drastically.
closing of the MMO, he's suddenly...
It's not a matter of climate anymore, though. All the
God,
regions
a lot
in
of-
which the Earth Eaters have appeared are under
A lot of those animes are actually kind of using the same concept. What the heck hit me?
Battleships that have tremendous power. They are trapping the Earth in a cage.
These
Damn it!
ships are covering the skies and raining death on all
Don't.
below them. It's not good
Get away from me.
with the resources we have left.
But yeah, there's a lot of animes as of late that have had that same fundamental concept to introduce like a fantasy world. And I honestly ask, I don't think you need it, honestly.
It looks like the world is going to end.
It doesn't feel like you actually... It kind of just adds a layer that seems unnecessary or artificial.
Artillery team, please specify objective point.
Also, today I learned you can actually just blow up the billboards without blowing up the buildings. Oh, never mind. Maybe not those buildings. Maybe they're too weak. Yeah, they're too weak. Take that, Sandlot. Release your game out on PC. The isekai genre, trapped in another world, purposes to introduce modern human sensibilities and technology into a fantasy world. I didn't even know it actually was an official genre for anything. That's honestly kind of... Well, that's actually interesting, to be honest. Let's see.
Choose loadout. Rangers can equip 2 weapons.
Oh, Lysander's the best I have. I'd rather use this stuff. That's interesting. I didn't even think about it being a genre. How would you bring modern day morality or, like you said, sensibilities? You're gonna quit playing since 11:40? Okay. I actually did start early. This is Dan feeling. I don't blame you actually for stopping. I really don't. I mean, the good part is, like, once you actually show that, hey, there's actually a game going on, people actually will play. Like, people are actually active in that playing the game.
The Ravager transport ship is dropping giant insects.
Ah, terrible. I put the wrong angle.
Destroy the transport ship.
I don't think I did any damage to this thing just because.
We've arrived at bomb objective point. Dropping now. The armor of the transport ship is thick and difficult to destroy. But if we
I
tap
think
the hatch
there.
that is
Yeah,
dropping
there's
giant
actually.
insects, we should be able
Let's
to cause
run.
damage.
How many ants do you want? This was another mission I always had trouble with as well. Just because it's just a never-ending... It's just never-ending for transport ships.
We got one. We will escort you.
And those are you get. This is the mission's only reinforcements you get. I've had a falling out with anime. I either don't have the time or I just haven't found anything that has caught hold of my attention. Like, I'd say, I do remember, was it the original .hack? I actually liked that. That I actually liked because it wasn't actually just simply like, oh, it's the character stuck in the world here. It was more philosophical than anything else. He didn't try and, like, here, your players are stuck in the world. It was more about the characters than about the characters interacting with each other. I always thought that was actually more interesting. If you haven't found something that got your attention, you're not looking deep enough. Well, it's also about how much time I have. Like, unfortunately, I don't get much time. It's basically the choice. Like, would rather just sit down and watch like all the anime that basically has come out, or would I rather play video games? The scales are kind of tipped towards video games right now, because if I had a bigger interest in anime, I probably would actually have to drop these streams. The problem with the original .hack series is nothing happens. Exactly. That's kind of the point. You're not supposed to worry about the actual character interactions and such. It's about the characters, it's about their motivations and their thought processes and such. It's not so much of them bringing sensibilities and such into the modern world. It's about them having conversations about how they live their lives outside, along with how that actually affects them in the game. You know, a person feels like they're insecure on the outside, but in here, they're the boss.
Attack the hatch that is
Or they're the leader.
We can take down the transport ship that way.
Oh dear God! Well, there goes my platoon. I don't think there are any shows that do it better than the original Dot Hack, because it was the only one that actually did it that way. All the other ones, like, if you want a good adventure, from what I understand, Sword Art Online, that's a good adventure. But there's nothing that actually did exactly what Dot Hack did. And even, like, the future Dot Hack iteration stuff actually did kind of follow the same thing as, like, okay, if you want to watch an actual adventure, go watch, you know, what's it, the Dot Hack, the things that were not based off the Dot Hack games, but the, what was it, what was it, Kite, I think it was called? Him in the bracelet. Like, anything past that first, you know, that first season. Okay, which one actually has the insects? Because that's the one that actually has to go here. Or flying insects. And that's not good. That is not good at all.
This is the artillery team. Please specify objective point.
What the heck is... See? Oh, he's literally there. Okay. Where the heck is he? Like, I need you to be alive. Well, enough people like Sword Art Online that apparently there was, like, multiple iterations of it. Like, they even made a Battle Royale one, from what I understand. Which is honestly surprising, actually, that Japan had an anime that was based off the Battle Royale genre. Or it's like they used the Battle Royale as a setting. Can I get you? Yes, I can. I need to actually get some items here. This is ridiculous. I should have brought the Lysander. Right, please have some health. God, none of these are even damaged or anything. Excuse me, coming through, pardon me. How you doing, buddies? Thank goodness, that takes care of one. That's for Battle Royale, AS, I don't think I can survive this. Never mind, we're good. Just watch me fall. Gracefully. Okay, where the heck is... Okay, they clearly want to follow me. Damn it! Yeah, have a face full of rocket. We shall go flying together. Magical. How are you still alive? There we go. I got it. That's pretty funny. Where the heck's that health pack? I need it. Yeah, it definitely was. Like, it's interesting to see, like, people's, like, first generation of anime and stuff. Or like or a generation's anime. You know, it's like there's Naruto. Naruto is one of them. Dragon Ball Z is being one of them as well. Then you have future ones like the, well, let's just use, Sword Art Online. It's really honestly interesting just how some people, like, very specific ones just catch on fire, and others just kinda... how that actually affects, you know, the future. Like, they get the, like, especially now, like, we're definitely in a more spin-off age, you know, for studios and such. It's like, if a studio, if it has that one hit, they will just give spin-off after spin-off. I mean, it's the reason why was it that, yeah, Attack on Titan. That was, that's it, I think that was another good one. Although, I don't think it really... That was sort of an anomaly that didn't really catch on. I would actually have an issue arguing at least stateside that One Piece did not catch on stateside. They tried to bring it stateside, and I don't see them. I don't even know. Are we actually even, are people even making One Piece, localizing the One Piece episodes into actual dub? Like, obviously you're getting sub, whether it's through fan translations or if people actually make a company. But I just mean actual, like, in the stateside, I think One Piece failed. Like, that was not a big hit, like, anywhere near Naruto, or, heck, I'll even argue Bleach to a point. Although I think Bleach was kind of in the same situation. 4Kids kind of soured One Piece in the States. 4Kids' bad business practices kind of soured everything. That honestly did destroy a lot of anime for the state side because of limitations. But I think that's actually going to be... Oh shit! Actually, I just realized what time it is. It's 9:47. Never mind. We can actually do one more. We can do one more. Nothing special, but I'm at your service. I didn't even know that was a line. Bleach was big until the third season when the plot just fell apart. I would agree with that. That became very unfocused. Or, that didn't become unfocused. It became so convoluted. Because they kept making, what is it, the main character, like, you're this, but you're also this, but your bloodline also has this.
Deploying.
It's like, at that point, they wanted to just continue the story. And that's why actually I enjoyed a lot more animes when I was younger, because they were shorter or self-contained. And there were obviously really long series ones. Those did exist, but they never actually made it stateside, because anime that we got back in the day was like, okay, you had to watch sci-fi at 2 in the morning just to watch anime, and usually it involved mature content.
They noticed us. It's bad. Keep your cool.
Or you got a series that was literally, it's like, okay, this is a 50 episode series or 25 episode series. That's it. Nothing else. So you were like basically just getting drips. You know, it's like this was back when ADV was actually big. Same thing with, was it Star Child? You know, they were the ones who were actually doing the who was actually doing the translating and such.
If I die, keep Commander! Hold on! What's going on?
This is artillery. Ready to go.
Hey, what are we gonna do now?
This is transport unit. The transport vehicle is on the way.
That's honestly a good argument there. Oh, thank goodness. I almost thought for a second I blew myself up. Or blew up the school. I almost thought I blew up the school. Because the downside about the Ranger is once you get up to a place, you can't really, or once you drop down to a place, you can't really go anywhere else. It also didn't help that that series had so many characters that they tried to focus on. Alright, I think I can move down now.
Hector has something like a shield. It can be thought of as a small shield screen generator.
Give me that armor.
Attack isn't effective against that shield. Attacks from the front don't work. Try a rear attack.
Now that's just reminded me of Dynasty Warriors. We shall attack from the rear. God, I don't know why, I think I love bad voice acting. I love bad voice acting when I don't know it's actually supposed to be bad voice acting. I think that's actually the oddball for me. It's like that's the catch. Like if I know it's bad voice acting, I'm probably not gonna watch it. But if I like the voice acting, yet it's supposed to be overall it's considered bad, I'll probably actually enjoy it. Also, all my missiles are either hitting the shield or they're hitting the tree.
Go to the back or side of the Hectors.
I'm trying, but he's actually shooting me instead. Bleach had so many characters, the artists of the manga just like drawing cool characters. Yeah, that's always been a problem, is when you have too many characters. Someone can shoot this thing. Because I can't. That's also why the plot of Bleach fell apart. See, that's the other part why I actually argue that it's better that a lot more animes and just content in general. And this applies to, like, the argument of supporting new IPs and such, is you want to let people who have ideas tell the stories they have. And when they're done telling the story, let them move on. You know, if someone else has a story they want to tell, let them tell that story. You know, yeah, you'll still need your Bleaches and Narutos in this day and age, just because it makes that much money. And it's so massive. Earth Defenders. Do we have enough time? Earth Defenders, which one was that, actually? Ravages drop bearers, moving to Insect Giant City. Which one was that? Give me a second. I need to take a look what mission this actually is.
Select a mission.
I'm actually surprised we did over 10 missions. Okay, yeah, I think I remember what Earth Defenders is now. You know, actually, no, I'm gonna stop things here. I'm actually gonna stop things here, so... Sorry, guys, we are leaving. Goodbye, gentlemen. Good luck in your future matches. That's actually gonna do it for us tonight. I do need to actually end and get ready for tomorrow for work and also for... Well, for tomorrow's stream, because I need to do a lot of setup, actually. I need to make sure the game capture actually works, the stream will actually run, and all that's fun testing stuff and setting up things. So that's actually going to do it with us tonight here. Thank you very much, guys, for watching. Hope you've enjoyed playing and enjoying a little bit more of EDF. Like I said, if EDF 5 comes out on PC, there is a very good chance I'll probably be streaming it, and it'll just be like... And if the online system is actually good, I hope it's... If it's at least as good as this here... I'm definitely going to allow, like, okay, just anyone who wants to join in and such, because I would love to actually make that a possibility, because I definitely don't see the EDF... EDF 4 is being released stateside on the 11th, but that's only on PS4. So unless D3 just outright says, alright, it's out for PC as well, then you're going to have to wait till 2019 on that. But hope you guys have yourselves a good week. Hope you get better. Hope you have yourselves an awesome week and hope have some things planned. But for now, though, let me go take a look and see who else is streaming tonight. There's actually a few things, I should say. If you like watching a lot of old stuff here, there's actually a couple of always-on channels I always actually have on my list. One being Con TV, and they always stream things like, MXC Mondays or 1990s drama shows. We're talking like the Highlander and such, or old cartoon shows. We're talking like the Super Mario Brothers cartoon show, or the Sonic Hedgehog. You know, was it the Sat AM, and actually the other one, the other Sonic cartoon show, and also anime too. But also, there's another one that actually Shout Factory TV. They're the ones who actually did the Mystery Science Theater 3000 marathon, and they're actually doing another marathon right now of Thunderbirds. So if you actually like watching other things blow up, but in the aspect of also being heroes, you can actually watch them as well. It's all marionette, so it's basically if you ever watch Team America, it's done in the same style, but obviously Thunderbirds is a 1960s series. Other than that, though, let me take a look who else is streaming right now. Let me just make sure one other person is streaming. Yes, he's actually streaming. So I'm actually going to give my host to Budameds here. He's actually doing ARMS, because it's still doing the ARMS party night. But other than that, though, once again, thank you very much for watching. Until then, take care.